We're already seeing that from Dplus now. Here they come. Norris first one to fall. Evopake finds a second. And just like that, only one player left alive, and that's Belmoth.
And what a beautiful crossfire there from DDT. Actually, again, as you said, these buildings are very difficult to try to breach. And now Belmoth, the last member of Daytrade. And eArena, yeah, not able to get any knocks on that. Still with a very good position, but Forest has had some pretty ballsy rotations that have actually worked for them. As I say that, they're going to run right into friendly fire. Pixel's getting at one. He gets the other one very low. And Master just 1 HP is going to throw the nade in, but they are all but getting shredded. I love the bike in that doorway.
Pixel is the master of bike blockades, and he does it here as well. If it's a metal door, you can't shoot it, and if there's a bike park there, that is a zero entry opportunity. Essentially a locked door for anyone to try and get through, and I think Forrest got caught off guard by that one. So Pixel knows prior, this is the spot they're going to be pushing from. They're going to try and wrap, they're going to try and get here because no one else from the city can shoot on their approach. He's already set up a counter plan in case anyone comes through. Up towards the hill we go again as DDT, we said it, they're gonna fly in, they're gonna go up high, and here they are against NaVi.
So coming up the back, oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, they'll be alright. Or will they actually?
It's
They're
not
taking fire from everybody on the map.
Reverse, 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 get back down the hill, get into the city, but look at where they're going. Nate's being prime, Pixel is ready and waiting. For the push coming through, finds the first, does he get the second as well? No! Not able to find him, second time around, no, not gonna happen the third time though. It's able to take down Minuta, and just like that, DDT from, Dplus, trying to approach the hillside, falls off and takes 2 casualties because of it. The longer this takes, the better of a position the opposing teams are gonna get into. For Expendables, though, the issue is they can't back off further than they already have. They have 777 knock. They're gonna try and go for the rest. Oh, thought the angle was there. Not quite the case. We're seeing fights happen elsewhere. Mime just exactly gets inside the circle. Would have to commit to resing now.
Tiggleton's got to be careful. He just might have ran into that molly, so he's not going to be able to really ADS or take this fight as he wants to. Flashes coming in. That actually landed above 777, but he's going in, trying to get the pre-fire. He's going to find him, and that is it. Soniqs are out of there.
What a hold. Just very, very, very calculated fallback. One building at a time, one angle at a time. Always hold the shoulder of your teammate, so make sure no one's running back straight. Here we go. Expendables trying to wrap further. He's taking backfill on Petrichor, wrapped on in faster, but Delwyn able to take down middle.
Food getting that knock. It's just down to Summer now. What can he do? The rest of the Expendables, but also NaVi, and here comes Twisted Minds again. They're so good, as you said, is hurting the teams away from them. They have so much control here on the south.
It's just, it's gone from being a last resort to a dead last resort to go into that city proper. In the meantime, here comes TYLOO. They are on form. So was NaVi yesterday, but TYLOO are on one. 6 kills, 2 players down, sure, but rests should be possible. 7 kills already make that as TYLOO just continue the power strike they're on from yesterday.
Actually, I thought with you that the reses would be possible, but it looks like Twisted Minds may not let that happen. Obviously, the blue zone grenade holding NaVi at bay, and they're wrapping around this building. They will get Zhao Yang, Shen as well, but the nade's coming. Spyro, it's going to be on the other side of the wall, but look at Perfectus.
Oh, that's Toby. 3 kills. The smokes. The smokes are going to be there at least for a little while longer. Perfectus know they're here. There's only so many places they can be. Runs out. Shen, misses him. First time around, Longs gets shots connected. Headshot connected as well, as Perfectus is forced to back off, but instantly Spiro takes the angle. Lou now peeks on over to try and defend. And the fact that TYLOO is still holding back Spyro and the rest of Twisted Minds with this very disadvantageous position. But look, Danawa has come now on the south side, as you pointed out, Toby. Danawa were safe inside the city on the southern side, but they're hearing all this and saying, this is our first game, we want a piece of it, and now Twisted Minds are getting caught from behind. All these teams trying to be the third party are getting backstabbed themselves, and just like that, NaVi out in an instant, and just like that, almost Twisted Minds out as well, but first it's going to be TYLOO fall into the hands of Lou, and Lou alone.
But now he has to deal with the very angry Danawa as they come through, cleaning beautifully, as you said, coming in from the safety of the city to sweep this and get those kills. 4 in the name of the team, 3 in the way of Inonix.
We're effectively seeing 5 of some of the best teams in this very, very tournament just rattle it out on this graveyard. And a good thing that a lot of these tombs seem open, because they're gonna need a lot of space to fill with all these corpses we have here on the ground. In the meantime, now Luminosity realizing that, oh my lord, there's a lot of people coming for us, and this church ain't the best place to sit and wait for them to do so.
And I can tell you that defending this church is very difficult, let alone one team. Imagine 2 teams pushing on you. Other side here, Kick is gonna find one, but the trade immediately immediately comes out from Loki as Soniqs now going on the other side as well as Question Mark. They are absolutely surrounded. Molly's all over the place. And so far, they're doing a decent job. Snakers will find the headshot there, and he'll knock it Onyx.
What a double headshot to come through. Such a limited angle to work with, but finds a double pop anyway. They have to commit. Gen.G's setting up down below. I think with how the circle is shrunk in now, they can't get up the hillside any longer without taking too much damage. So they want to isolate their fights. They want to wrap around. This is an effective push to try and take down Friendly Fire before they have to look up the hill, and they're executing it to perfection. PO already found 2. Now let's see if DG can push up and get the rest of them.
Roth coming in on the other side. He doesn't realize EJ is there and ready. It's just down to Pixel. And I don't know if he's gotten the res up yet. He might be all alone as DG98 coming through on the other side. Pixel will rise.
This is what Gen.G does and what they do so well. Such a great up-close fighting team, but a team that don't prioritize it. A team that say, we know we're good at fighting, but we don't want to fight if we don't have to fight. But here, perfectly execution on the wraparound, finding 2. Now they have DG in on the other side, kind of mingling with the opponents. A PO setup over the top, spotting them as soon as they come on out. Pixel down to low HP.
And the amount of control, actually, I love this coming up from Gen.G. They are just shredding Friendly Fires. Is just down to Pixel now. There's nothing they can do. The angles, the spread was so good.
Gen.G stole Friendly Fire's playbook, read it, and set up the perfect counterplay. What a clean sweep to clear out that northern side of the city, and the circle is going to end down the hillside in their favor. This could not be set up any better for Gen.G.
Well, we asked which Gen.G was going to show up, and surely we see that it's the one that is going to be dominating so far in this game. As we see Loki now coming around. They'll go down, and both members of LG will die to blue.
Look at the HP. They're all sharing what looks like 50 HP in total, and just like that, one molly over the top as PO claims 3. It was a quiet game for Gen.G that didn't have to do much, but when they had to make a move, when they had to bring it home, they sure as hell did.
We will see as he goes through the shotgun, immediately gets the bucket and gets the double cold. He will find Belmoff and Flash.
Hashtag denied an entry as they come around with shotgun versus shotgun battle. Pochus has something to say about the shotguns in the hands of Cold as he takes one down in return. They have to be fast with the rest, so Nuance has to come over and assist. But is he going to go close, or is he going to stay at a distance, off-angle position, try and catch them on approach?
Here comes the interesting psychology behind this as well. If you're a team like Daytrade, who did get wiped for, okay, Olympus is going to find Roth here.
Is it? Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but...
Back to your point.
Yeah, back to my point. Fortunate is also Roth. They need to put like some sort of spray or something. Whoa, speaking of spray, Loki's gonna take the shots here at Americano coming in. Dplus Kia just wildly sending.
Are they committing to this?
I think.
They have one up close. Minuta is there, able to get the nuggets and pushes on in as well. Danawa not ready for this one, but as I say that, Anonix swings, finds 1. Damage done on towards Stava as well as Soul. The second wraparound, bite the attention. Keep him off guard for a little while longer. Soul finds him in return, but Anonix falls too. So damage done on both sides as Anonix does get flushed.
And that was just a wild send just down to Zenith now as Danawa is trying to clean this up. Loki should be able to get res, but maybe that's just down to Soul right now. This is a one-on-one.
Doesn't have the angle, and now Forrest going,
that should
everyone's
be good.
dying over here. Yeah, that should be a Nate right on point. Nope, let's say that Zenith able to back off of it, but damage has been done on both fronts. Even if Soul gets Loki up here, I feel like there's so much attention on those teams right now, because again, as we said, there's only so much you can play in this area of the map that I think neither of these two teams are bound for placement points.
I think Friendly Fire as well has kind of caught wind of this fight happening, and you also see Forrest trying to maybe get a peek at what's happening over here. Zenith doing his best to stay alive. Pixel should be able to find it.
There you go.
And he does.
No, he found him!
What?
He got so right before he died, and therefore both of them are out. Wow.
But that position TYLOO holds is actually so good for anyone trying to rotate on that road, which is why they take it. And then the other side of that, you have eArena as well. And Daytrade now running right into NaVi, and they will find 2 an example in Mel.
How do they get 2 off that car pull up? They go, here comes the train, and
slowest
just like that, NaVi loses 2. You're bouncing,
especially with a strong team. Oh, what a spray on the Poochus. Doozy is going to find that beautifully. And he's going to get the flush eventually. Actually, hopefully it's not stolen here, but look at this. The rest of Daytrade now coming in. Very dangerous. And he's going to find another one in the nade. What a play from a Doozy.
If he didn't have to reload, you just see over the first double headshot coming through, he's dialed in. Next team on the border, next team to have to play patrol here. This time around is actually going to be friendly fire. They could just allow them to wrap around, but they don't want to have them go through, or at least do as much damage to them as you can before you have to make the move yourself. Olympus falls down, Master is down to low HP, and they still have Scabby kind of caught down behind this vehicle. Nate should be able to do it to him. Yeah, that nade is going to be good. It's going to be close. Doesn't going to take him all the way down. Thank you, Monto, for trying to apply some suppressive fire, but I don't think Scabby is going to survive.
How is he alive?
I mean, he's not going to be for much longer, surely. And a Doozy finds Flash as well. Might as well just take out the entire team.
Just for posterity at this point. I mean, the fact that Doozy has pretty much picked apart Daytrade, as Pixel will find the knock on a Master, and they're going to go off that. And I love this aggression. Again, friendly fire when they are dialed in, and when they're feeling good, they will push, and they will find that aggression. And a knock actually coming from Phil first.
Across the top of the map finds one. They heard the commotion over here, and they wanted a piece of the point pie. As friendly fire now, they know they have to deal with forwards before they can go further forward, and they are very, very secure in having to take this fight. They know exactly where they have him. As I say that, though, Sharpshot does get naded, does get taken down. Master creeping further forward, takes a headshot from Vilvers. Finds the double immediately after the swing just to go down to the blue. As Forest falls in return. What a hero play from Master to take down two with him. Let's watch NA find each other.
Oh, look, it's my friends, as they are now fighting in this very awkward elevation here on the northeast side of the circle. And again, they're going to have to contest with multiple teams. Shrimsy, what a turn, though. Relo will find that knock, but Huynh is right behind them.
What a spin, and that's a weird angle to have to spin to straight up in the air. He goes, finds the double headshot over the top, and that's one more down. Shrimsy only knock so far, though, for Soniqs. Should be able to get the rest on up, as Flood, fortunately for Soniqs, is kind of holding off Gen.G, at least to the best of his ability. It was just before, so they're going to be wrapping further around than what they would necessarily have to. The issue is these rocks are sharp and steep as hell, so they're not easy to maneuver. So Gen.G, if they want to be part of this fight, it's going to take them a while to get here.
I also just may have saw an MG42. Yep, a PO in PO's hands. That gun, if you don't know, is disgusting. Variable fire rate, but PO's actually going to get knocked immediately by Flood. The headshot trade from EJ, and Flood doing everything that he can, but it's actually going to be Soniqs with the assist.
The ultimate cleanup duty is set up by Soniqs. Flood said, guys, I did as much as I could. Now it's on you. EJ is still alive, but with the circle closing in and phase 5 being on us, it is going to be difficult, if not near impossible, for them to get that in mind. But what an EJ again! What's with the turns as he finds the second as well? What a hell of a performance as we see question mark fall off screen. Lyric ran over at Doozy and Phil first and got Dante as well. We're seeing this entire northern side of the circle get absolutely shredded to pieces. Wow, they could have wrapped back down on the eastern side, come in on the other side, and now what could have been a massive game for Soniqs. Don't get me wrong, 7 kills on the top 5 placement is still huge, but they fall. Another team who has 0 points so far, but we cannot take out of the equation is Petrichor. They're set in the compound. They haven't had to move much this game, so helmets, vests, ammo, utility, all should be in good shape. But as you're saying, I mean, this Expendables push in just seems to be TYLOO points in the making.
It's unfortunate is the word that I would use there for the Expendables, as they did their best. There really isn't much play. There's a dip. They could use their vehicles, but they're now starting to come in. They know that they have to get rid of this duo. As they left. Yep, Perfectus is going to go down. But realistically, what play does Twisted have? This is pretty much it. Blue might actually be able to survive where he is. He will.
Yeah.
Never mind.
The attention is on them now. I like the idea that Twisted tried to make something happen there, but eArena, a bigger kind of dip for them of gutter, essentially, to work with on that side of the road. They had the cars already there. They had the rock as well. Twisted minds were like, either we're going to prone this one out or we're going to get shot in a second. And you can see this exactly the same thing happening. That's the thing. eArena going to forfeit this one. Yes, there's no reason for them to give those 3 points. So
CU will actually make it in, and as we talked about, blue zone grenades, but they're actually being used on the side of TYLOO, as now 3 members of Petrichor just on this small 1-story building. Zhao Yang, the only one in front, and the nades are doing a massive amount of damage to Petrichor.
The fact that only one falls there is huge. They were all full sat on top of each other, but Mill springs out, able to take one down in return. Xiao Yang falls. We've seen the impact that Xiao Yang has had here in these late game scenarios, so having him fall early is terrible for TYLOO. Does he commit to the rest here? He might just, because they're going forward on the other side too. And it's going to end outside the city as well.
This actually is starting to favor Petrichor a little bit, though, because of the fact that, they have that still knock on a Zhao Yang, and they were able to get that member up. And so the nade, Summer will find 755, but the trade with Shen.
Couldn't commit to the rest though. Xiaoyang is still down, so it's a 2 versus 2. The aggressive side is on the side of Petrichor. Shen peeks on over, does find one. Summer finds one on the approach. Spots Shen on the other side of the car. Great in the cover that he needs, but falls. In return, and just like that, a 1v1. Chewy is going for the rest and long slows as he has to execute now. You can see he's crawling around Summer, trying to feed in for a cross, but it's not working on TYLOO. Currently at 10 kills, but the rest has come through for Chewy.
And they have to wait. Axliff, yep, just needed a heal so they could go for that trade. They're going to end up finding it. And Petrichor will take that from the most disadvantageous position. They waited, as you said, and they were patient. And what a strike with those smokes.
Of course, we still have plenty of teams that has to make their way on in. And speaking of making their way on in, here comes DDT trying to make their way further forward. They didn't get to fight early this game, but they still managed to pull it off. Oh my god! Just short of Stelwyn. Those managed to take out Emo Pick. The DD team are in trouble. Now, they do get 7-7-7 down, so one casualty has come through, but plenty of knocked players on the side of DDT.
That was a disgusting Panzer. It looked like it actually hit the back of the vehicle, but the AK spray was able to finish that off. It's just down to Mamu now in a second game in a row, where even though they started strong in the first, wiping Petrichor, they're now down to just one.
When it comes to global experience, and they're still, I mean, just running through an open field. Oh my god, that breeding Dante, that was filthy.
That was disgusting, but Larix actually, I will say, for this team has been wonderful so far, getting a quad kill for himself in the last game. Bestalok now trying to finish this off so he can res his teammate in Dante, but the eArena is not done yet.
Yeah. They lose 2, but their approach timing is good because they've caught question mark split. They do get 1 because of it as well. Let's see now how they manage to maneuver as friendly fire. They hear the commotion down here. They want to see what's happening.
Oh, and that shoot so early. You just don't fall fast enough, and Puchus is going to get shot out of the sky, plucked. And now it's going to be Belmoth as well. At least he'll find the floor. But Flash will also survive, so only losing 1.
I mean, I think we say that a little bit too early because now Belmoth falls. Belmoth is going to get flashed as well, flushed, as well as Flash falls now too.
I thought at least they touched the ground.
I mean, they hit the ground. Kudos to them. They made landfall, but wiped on entry.
As we now see them starting to send in, this is what we were talking about. The options were very limited. There's not even very good dips as Xiaoyang is going to get plucked out of that vehicle. And shots coming through, they at least make it to this wall, but it's not good. Melzo the trade all of a sudden, Toby.
One knock comes in that might just be the door opening and allowing for them to push further forward. Longs and Jin trying to run forward as well, but they're exposed to so many angles, and there is the solo. Claim some points, try and convert something off of what is a salvage game here. Daytrade already have a 0-point game off of the hot drop situation in San Martin earlier.
He gets the 1 point for now, but he's in a very rough position as we now see LG starting to make their approach onto Forest.
Yep, the edges have started burning. Petrichor friendly fire on one side as we hop over to the fight here. We saw them try and wrap down behind Petrichor earlier, but as we said, Petrichor in prime position. All they have to do is sit here and wait it out. Chewy is gonna fall to the native Pixel, and well, with phase 4 coming through, there's nothing they can do to rest him. And on the other side, it's Forest against Luminosity. Master, single player left alive, but don't count him out. We saw what he did in the previous one.
Yeah, Master, an absolute clutch player here for Forest. As again, as you said, the last one alive, Munto, potentially resable.
See Expendables starting to flex in this direction now as well. Was that over the top of his head? I'm sure if there's a viewer sat out there with a big TV, he just duck. I mean, that is one of those where he just full-on duck. That was a full-on Panzerfaust into the head, but not a whole lot comes off of it, luckily. On the side of Luminosity now, full reset, fast reset has to become instant because Expendables are here, ready to punish. The Snakers sees no other option. Back them off.
I was going to say, speaking of duck choose, and the rest of the Expendables with a beautiful... Their timing and their ability to pick those third parties has been so good this event so far, which has caused them so much success.
Yep.
He did spot them out, though, which is why their approach is so careful. And now here comes Summer, excuse me, he's going to find it. That's the first knock, and they have struck. TE is going to back up. This fight has still not concluded. Both members of the Expendables stuck behind this rock, but Petrichor closing in different angles, but Summer is going to go down.
Yep, Summer falls from up above. I was a little worried with the flash that he flew. I think he thought that they were looking his way, but the flash that he lopped on over alerted them to his approach. And now, IGL down, but Ixlift and Milk are still easily pack a punch as they go up against Dupjuice.
This has been a hell of a rotation as well coming from Petrichor. We saw them on that west side skirting all the way in the south in the unplayable area. And 6 kills to their name. They're just looking for this last member of the Expendables. If they're able to get rid of him, they can still have a hell of a game ahead of them, especially with some third-party opportunities.
Mill heard the nade popped on the pin pulled. That's why Raps over on the other side. Flash out up, don't know what's up. He needs Ike left in now. He's spotted on the side. Darkjuice able to take one down. So dangerous up close, and there's no return coming through. The kill does come in, but that's HWin. And Ike's left. Well, that's an unlucky loss of a teammate. So all these players kind of keeping each other or preventing each other from making a move.
Oh, but he stepped over too much. Perfectus wanted to get the nade onto NaVi, and that is exactly the problem, Toby. They can't commit to one side because they'll get shot from the back, and that nade does so much damage.
The jump start to the vehicle just yeeted forward, and actually, even though they take damage, it might just have helped them because it booted them straight up into cover. Now, Batool is down to low HP. Nade barrage will come through, but they fall far. As I say that, oh my lord, because the first nade is popped, he's able to stay alive. That one, though, takes him down even lower, and NaVi should have an easy time cleaning up the remaining 2 Twisted Minds players. Uber around the side, finds one, shoots through. Example finds the other. Twisted out in 8th.
Still have to find something to play ahead of them as we now look at the fight between Dplus Key and Question Mark. Question Mark is actually pushed out, and all he finds Longs with the Panzer somewhere in the distance as Uber and the rest of NaVi are making this work.
Headshot revealed, headshot taken, and hit connected as Alia. Really a step-up performance from Alia over this tournament. We always talk Uber, we always talk Example, but Alia has really proven to be up there along them as a heavy fragger on that. It's Gen.G out of nowhere. Thought they could third party on the western side, but NaVi heard the vehicles on approach, and down they go.
This is actually something we see from Ali, as you're saying. He generally does take that off-angle position. He'll do what he can to support the rest of the team, but he has absolutely stepped up so far in this event.
I'm surprised Gen.G opted to swing west on this one. I thought they had plenty of space towards the east, but you see Taegos the solo play out there. He must have just been applying enough pressure, harassing enough for them to second-guess that option.
So Question Mark will also go down, and now it's really going to be between NaVi and it's going to be between Soniqs here on the north side as they're starting to take control, but NaVi has just been fighting embroiled in a fight for so long.
Question Mark taking casualties as they try to roam around, and again, I mean, Dplus here can say what they want, but they have been holding the fort here for a while, even getting crates while sat in this position. Only 2 kills, but they've got knocks, they've gotten damage, they've been able to fend off against opponents, and somehow, well, they're still alive.
Now just the last member of Question Mark, 6 kills to their name, about to approach a top 4 situation as he will not get Menuda, and they still survive. Dplus Kia have just made this an absolute Alamo for themselves.
Americano shoots on over. I mean, the HWin and Shrimsy peeks forward. They don't need to do much. If they just sit back and wait, it might just be them without a chance to aggress. But here they come, swinging around the western side. This is huge. This is such... Oh, they see them to do. This is so smart.
Oh, but the nade from Alia, but still the damage has been done. It's just on Americano, and you know the Soniqs have seen this in the kill feed.
NaVi had 3 second places yesterday, but they were all taken away by the Snakes on approach. And now, what was a 3v4, not in NaVi's favor, but definitely doable, is Alia all alone, trying to take down the entirety of Soniqs, and it just ain't gonna happen. He finds one, but HWin with the MT3 is there immediately after. Welcome back, Soniqs, on the server. Here we are with a great TAEGO win for the boys.
Danawa now on the Yas bridge here in gas station, taking shots over at friendly fire. It is just Paige and Pixel as a duo, and they are full on crashing this here with Inonix just at the front of this gas station. Paige has to heal, but wait a second, Pixel, if they can do something, maybe a knock.
Roth is helping from afar as well. They are getting assistance. Pixel finds one more, so all of a sudden what was just going to be a pretty clean sweep 2-player wipe, they have now found 2 casualties. Sharpshot has arrived. Roth is coming in as well. Loki is up close, might get one, and yes indeed, he does take him down, so this is going to be much more collateral damage than neither of these 2 teams thought was going to happen. Soul trying to make the run on it, only him and Loki alive. They want to get all this done with fast so they can get at least back up to 3 up.
And this is the problem, though, when you fight friendly fire. This team is very scrappy, and they've actually been doing well as far as their team fights, even though the results haven't been the best. How does that not kill Paige and Sharp? They will survive. It's just up to Pixel now as he flashes out the window, trying to delay this push from Soul.
Rest comes through. Paige instantly prones down, starts healing on up. Pixel found with a nail. That's huge because he would have found him in return. Soul finds the second, finds the third as well, and there he is, the current MVP, Soul.
But again, so many teams rotating right next to each other, and it's going to be Danawa and Twisted just running into a T-bone situation, but Spyro and Lou will flush out Loki.
Again, when half the server is trying to make the exact same play, you are bound to have teams run into one another. Damage is done, so trying to catch it off at the back of it. Of course, they did take a lot of casualties in taking out 1.5 circle from now. There's going to be too many teams with ankles on us in the other shacks. We won't be able to even attempt this play. So do it now. Oh my god, perfect fix. You're like, your nade's well done, I see.
A little bit over medium there as the nade still coming in. Soul somehow still survives, and you can tell the desperation of Twisted just wanting to get rid of him, as you said, as early as possible before that approach doesn't, it's not very feasible, as all the teams around them starting to take fires. Gen.G now have set up here just to the east of Severity. We see Twisted Minds still in that position, and Soul has survived somehow.
Not sure exactly where DD team are planning on going. On the flip side of that, you see Question Mark trying to make their way down inside the safety of these trenches here. There's so many teams with eyes on this exact position, making it so damn difficult to get into this spot. Perfectix full pull up alongside Patulins. They want to deal with Question Mark. They want this area for themselves, but they too are being torn by Daytrade. Nice nade though, locked on over. The second one should find the flush onto Dante. Good throws coming through from Patulins.
And again, you see how many teams around this, Toby, have sightlines onto this fight. It's just so difficult for them to fight in a straight-up 4-on-4. At this point, fortunately, for Twisted Minds, they do have the man advantage, but yeah, this is just rough.
Let's peek the first one as we swing over to another fight between Gen.G and Dplus Kia. EJ first one to fall. He has been knocked once before already, so they have to commit to that one already if they want to get him seated. Nice peek out from inside the building as it takes down Taemin. That's 2 down from Gen.G. EJ knocked in now as PO is still arriving. DG98 trying to get over and help him. This is the Gen.G I was hoping not to see. A approach on a building that you're 99% sure is going to have players in it. You don't come one by one by one by one. So they have to clear it quickly. We'll see now if this hold is one hold too much for Dplus Kia to hold. As the nade does come through, PO take it down, just 2 left alive.
I would not want to try to take a compound here from Dplus Kia, as again, they are just proving that they are absolute titans when it comes to holding a position down, and really it's just the last couple members here of Gen.G. I believe it's just Gen.G now. Yeah, they want to get rid, and EJ on the other side of this, the smokes are trying to get out, but no, Zenith will find the knock, and Gen.G is eliminated. Beautiful hold from Dplus Kia.
Really great read of the situation.
So you remember what, you remember Chewy?
Yeah.
Soniqs are dead.
Yeah. I mean, he gave info to the entire team on where they were coming from, so you'd have to imagine that that's must have fit or played some sort of role in it. We'll check in with
Dplus Kia.
I mean, they're trying to drive uphill in the US with 2 wheels, so I don't fault the... you're limited in your options on that approach as the circle does swing up towards the mountains once more. Minuta, seen it. You've played well this game to defend, but now you're the ones that attack, and I'm worried that with the sprays coming through, there is limited to nothing you can do against it. Forest Gaming out, that's elsewhere on the map. As Zenith now, the lone player from Dplus Kia, tries to sneak his way up to eArena. One thing is that they can pull it off in APAC, but daring to do so on their second day at a global,
and finding success,
coming out with this level of comfort, coming out with this level of just courage to try and pull off a play like this while it's backed off now and they're going the other way, let alone the fact that they try, tells me that they're much more confident than what we've seen the likes of the region be in the past.
As you said, Daytrade opened the door for that region, and now it's really been the Expendables. Cerberus now really starting to step up and be a force to reckon with here in the international event. We now see Daytrade. We're just speaking about them. 2 members knocked, Puchus and Belmoth, the last 2 trying to hold this off from Petrichor.
And the boys in yellow, NaVi wrapping over the top, hearing the commotion, of course, wanting to see if they can claim the high ground. Perfect nade lopped on over from Mamu as well. DD team, it wasn't a great start to the game for them, but they have found a couple of kills and have a somewhat decent position. As I say that, no, it's outside the circle on the west side, so I'm lying. I was confusing them with another team.
Yeah, but NaVi, as you pointed out, just so good at reading the circle and punishing mistakes. Ugo, you said that, and he is absolutely one of the best. As again, Duck Juice and the Expendables just cleaning up the teams on the edge here.
The way that Expendables are maneuvering on the southwest side, kind of prioritizing the compound, but moving in and around them with it all the time, making sure to have full control of the 2-2 splits. This is phenomenal PUBG we're watching. We could have an entire showcase built around just the rotations that the Expendables have been doing over the last minute and a half.
Well, even the way way that they, as you said, have anchors into this 2-2 split, just beautifully holding out TYLOO. And they're able to recover all of these knocks as well. NaVi, though, actually, look at this. LG hears these shots now. They are transitioning, but I love this from Mel and Alia. Absolutely ready. They also know that there's going to be a team on this east side as they are going to start engaging here towards LG.
Very, very rarely do you get a chance to properly backstab NaVi. They were ready for it this time around too, as Alia takes out Flood, and that's actually kind of troublesome because Flood was the connecting player between the duo of Rello and Snakers and Kickstart down on the southern side. Kickstart played flank. He's still in the compound, but come on, Uber, just get him. You're playing with your food at this point. He knows where he is.
He wants this so bad.
I mean, they're essentially sitting on the shorelines down here, Expendables, not wanting to go off of them. They know that everything south of them is just open waters. And here we have Delvin holding off. Fights one, fights oh my God! Tanmu fights the third. LG thought they had a good angle of approach, but Expendables had been sitting here waiting for this exact moment. Perfect angle from all the way across the circle. Tanvu way over by 777. Instantly gets the read from Delvin. I need help over the top. Open angle, fights all three. Huge play from Expendables. What is the chance of Larix winning this game?
I'd say it's about a solid, like, 3%.
Oh, well, we also gonna say it can't be like the 0.00 because there is this.
Like
the thing is, the
say.
players know. Obviously, don't see these stats that we have on top of the screen, but they know there's 9 alive. They can do the math. There's gotta be at least 2 teams up and running. And now Example goes full speed forward. Uber, oh, I like this play from Expendables once more. They knew Uber was gonna be the guy up above to hold the angle. They don't shoot at the guy immediately. They shoot at the guy set up top. So Expendables do though allow in both Melman and one more, but 777 is hit instantly. Finds one with the P90.
The P90 absolutely disgusting up close, and 777 has been a little quiet this game, but he will do so much damage as he finds a second, and that is it. He'll clean up NaVi by himself.
They are absolutely on one. Lyric solo player left alive. Just give it to them at this point. Expendables, one of the best played out games I have had to cast in all my career of PUBG Esports. What a phenomenal way to bring this one home.
Will they let the first one through?
No.
That's the question.
They will. They will give him to Deva. Or just, oh, there they go.
Master comes
1,
through.
2, no, not 2. Okay, 2.
Nice.
And there.
Very clean little bridge cap there.
Yeah, I mean,
done well. It is hard to hold, especially if you are a team that is defending from multiple positions, as it often does happen. DG gonna find a kill there. Onto Olympus now as Scappy trying to return as the last member of Forest, putting some damage onto Gen.G.
Yeah. The question is, do they know where they're going to end up? I would imagine they go for the shack, and that's exactly where they're going. Uber trying to get away. Will he get away in time, though? I doubt it. A little push and shove comes through as Deva does get out of it. Damage done. Tried to flip the vehicle initially, I think, Zenith, but spun out himself. They do, though, manage to take out Uber. Again, especially in global stage, what you'd usually be allowed to. Right. So great read, in all fairness, by Dplus to commit to the push and read the split. But now, we have up close fight here. Luminosity trying to fend off against LG.
Rilla will find Ace there. There's been a lot of damage actually coming on both sides here, as Flood is also going to drive around and somewhat survive. Rilla going to push out, and he should be able to get that flush. They have to be careful, though, because the trades are going to be coming in from Petrichor as they're surrounding this warehouse.
Uber down on NaVi, Ixlif down on Petrichor. Big players getting taken out of the game early on now. Flood down as well. As Rello will try and reverse through the flames here and get out the safety. Should be able to, as I say that though, the headshot does conflict. Can't find the second bullet though, and I think off of that, Rello will be able to stay alive. And this is one of the hardest areas in all of ERANGEL to get a proper fight in, because you cannot use your vehicles properly. Everyone will see you, get proper angles. You can prone behind a rock. It's going to grant you the cover from one angle, but leave you exposed to the other. Now, I don't think they have any clue that both him and Soniqs, so this was now Kickstart is driving around the corner. They might just have given up the info, but we'll see if they get anything off of it. Xe falls as well, which another fight. That's Gen.G against Soniqs. That's Mime instantly taken out by Taman.
Yeah, they actually were looking at the fight, eyeing it with Twisted Minds, but they've actually shifted here just to the west to now take the fight with Soniqs. Mime's going to go down immediately, which now leaves Tickleton in a little bit of a rough situation as the only one in this compound. You see Huynh trying to wrap around on the west side as well to get a different angle, but a lot of utility is going to be coming Tig's way now.
Yeah, Gen.G fully committing to this one again. We wanted to see what they can do on the edge. How can they maneuver through through these ones where the circles don't go in their favor. And so far, it looks like full control play from Gen.G. First, they spread out to try and take control, try to assess the situation. Now they found the weak spot. They instantly find the first knock, and now they're starting setting up that smoke wall and wrapping around the right side, trying to isolate angles from their opponents.
And they know exactly where Huin is. Great heads-up play as well. But look at Twisted Minds. They're coming in on the backside of this. They hear it, and they want to get something. But now we're over here to question mark and the Expendables. And look at this coming right in. They're actually going to find a knock there and go for the trades. TAEGO and Delwyn still alive in this one-story building.
Fights happening all over the map, and we're trying to keep track of all of them at the same time. Expendables still alive with two, who swing back up towards Gen.G, and the Soniqs hunt, which has commenced. Now we do still have Twisted Minds up on the hillside too, and I think that's what Gen.G is now starting to realize. We have to respect the fact that if we get off this angle too soon, we will be in trouble.
Danawa as well, trying to get a piece of that fight. We saw earlier Luminosity trying to get rid of eArena, which they were able to do, but again, Danawa was so good at finding those opportunities of those third parties. And still, Twisted Minds now taking the fight to Gen.G as they were chasing down the Soniqs.
And it's Tickleton from down low that finds Perfectix on the push. All these three teams now just tangled up with one another. PO over the top spots. Luke can't quite connect. Spiro, lots of damage in return as a double headshot comes through.
Recovery possible here for Twisted Minds, but they need to get rid of EJ and Gen.G as quickly as possible. This would actually be a wonderful position for them to just to put themselves on a foothold to rotate in. Even on foot, this would be great. But again, Gen.G only down one member right now, and that's PO knocked. Potential to get him up is there as long as they can smoke. The nade here now on the other side of things between Daytrade and Danawa, and this is what we're talking about. Death Road is just so difficult to fight around. TYLOO, definitely. This is also one of those times where you're NaVi and you're like, man, I really wish we had Uber.
Thanks TYLOO for sticking around. We get circles going towards our compound. So we'll fall. Lawrence finds one more, and Daytrade finally getting a good game put together here. So they continue to do damage. Now friendly fire, taking more casualties. I believe they already lost Page and Roth before, so should be just Roth left alive. And as I say that even him, he's going to fall as the Korean sandwich comes from each side. And that is going to be friendly fire out.
This is still a very dangerous fight here for Twisted Minds, even though they are up against a three-man and a duo there of Soniqs. They still have to pour over that hill. Those angles are not favorable, and now they're actually going to opt to take the vehicles. I like this, rotating a little bit more to the north as they go east here, and just getting a little bit of a better foothold as they move forward in this fight.
Either we push now or we don't push at all. But if you push down the hill to Soniqs, you have Twisted Minds right behind you. Now they're fortifying the hill. They know we need to deal with Gen.G, and they're trying to do that just now.
The problem is these two teams are going to shadow themselves pretty much all the way up into that edge in the north, and EJ is going to go down there as Taman now trying to hold the line so that maybe they can get a res as DG on the low ground. This shelf is very difficult to play as well, especially when you have a team underneath you.
Exactly. DK being a nuisance to Twisted Minds, and same thing down below from both Expendables, NaVi, TYLOO, and Soniqs, trying to prevent Gen.G from getting down that hillside. But somehow, Twisted Minds are still alive. But we'll see as we follow on through. TYLOO set tight, NaVi doing the exact same thing. Everything else burning as these edges are getting so much more difficult to fight on.
Daytrade have navigated it quite wonderfully now, as they do have to deal with Twisted as they come in, and shots coming out from Belmoth. He's going to find Spyro.
7 kills. They have Flash knocked, but should be able to get him rest on up. Daytrade again. I mean, when they're not, we kind of crowned them the team that got their region on the global kind of awareness board, and here they are showing up as best as they possibly can. Expendables, a team we've been talking a lot about this tournament so far as well. Not quite so this time around. They fall in 8th.
So the onus here is still very much onto Twisted, as Americano is going to find a nice little headshot. Jammer pack is done, so this blue is really going to start to chunk as we see Shen in the distance taking care of Soniqs and the last member in Huin. Not bad at all, as Flash is going to find a nice little headshot there with the mini onto Batulin, as Perfectus is trying to drive down with his teammate in tow as they're going all the way down the hill, but Shen is ready for this, and he's going to be right there. He's 5-1, but the trade will at least keep them alive momentarily, and they should be able to get Shen up, as that's his second second knock. That being said, they do have Alia in that one story behind. That way, if anyone does approach, he should be able to hear that. So very nice again. NaVi, their greatest weapon is always going to be patience, and they're utilizing that here.
Sure, the Xiaoyang solo player in a check. Nate comes through, damage those from the bullets as well. As Flash finds one, that's a blue zone. Nate right in his face. He's definitely dead there. So Xiaoyang taking out as Daytrade again. I mean, once you make late game, once you don't fight in the early game, you just need that one little circle go in your favor. Just like that, 10 kills, all 4 still alive. Yet another APAC presence with Mollies, and Nate's now coming in off of them. They know exactly where their position is. NaVi is making a play here. They want to take out Daytrade before having to worry about TYLOO. And the first nade comes through, taking down Flash.
And that first nade is going to be huge, but as you said, it is going to be TYLOO, though, that's going to see all this going on.
On fire?
Is there another nade there? It is. It might knock both.
Whoa!
No! It takes down Norris, but Belmoth now putting up that deployable shield for whatever cover he can. Poochus has to be a hero right now for these teams. Now TYLOO trying to find the angles, trying to look for an opportunity.
Oh my God.
Nade,
Oh my.
The bounce wasn't good. It was so close to being the nade it needed to be. But 7 kills on the side of TYLOO, and they will start to push out now as damage is coming back towards the side of NaVi.
Millman peeks on over as Example falls back down. Is that got your buddy out defense? Shen from the other side peeks up and Daytrade. It looked good for them, but TYLOO knew exactly when to punch. Longs is trying to wrap underneath TYLOO is taking the fight to both these teams at the same time as Shen. With one nade takes out Daytrade.
And 7 kills on the side of Shen. Longs now with the opportunity to get a knock, but now the advantage is somewhat in the side of NaVi as they throw a nade, barreling past Longs, and they realize this. I love this going for the trade.
Alia, damage done from Shen up above, so he's gonna have to stop for a moment. Example trying to get at least just some heals on foot. We saw Longs just before. I don't think he has any spare bullets left in his weapon. He has no vest either. He has 4 nades. Now is the time to use your utility, my friend. You won't get more chances than this.
Shen spots one. Not that many bullets. Oh, he's 9 bullets.
Oh, he can't get the flush on him either, or the takedown at least. Example now revving on forward, catches him with a nade in hand. That nade is going to be good, though, at least some damage done. But Alia able to get healed up fast enough, and maybe they're just going to have to concede this because they don't have anything to fight with.
Shen also only has, I think, 62 reserve rounds in his weapon. Longs just
if you're Longs here, you just have to bait the attention. You have to say, Shen, I know it's a tall order, but you got to pull off a hero playmate. I'm going to yell, I'm going to scream, I'm going to wave my arms in the air and have them look my way. But you better find 2 instantly or we won't win this game.
The problem is, though, NaVi is now realizing they have the advantage. They're taking control of the center dot now. There is a crate down. Oh! That nade was massive! All of a sudden, it's a 2v1.
He has 1 mag, not even a quarter mag to work with, but 1 nade takes down 2, and just like that, the game turns in their favor. Now it's him on the side of the peak, over the top, brings it home for TYLOO. What a turn of events. 9 bullets in the chamber, but 1 nade was all that they needed. It's been quiet since. I mean, 21 points, and I was just saying it. Read how many there are. Oh my God, salute that nade. It's gonna be perfect from Zenith. He full speed sent it straight into that nade, and Zenith could not have come off stronger to kick this one off.
And what did we say about
guys, calm down.
holding down a compound? They are pretty much impregnable at this point. And Inox now trying to get a different angle. They desperately want to get Salute up. They don't want him down early. And Zenith is going to come around and find Loki as well. But David was traded here. And Soul finding the flush.
Yeah. Danawa in this position just much better set up for this fight to take place than Dplus Kia were. Menuda is on the wrong side here, trying to run on down. Americano is now being shot at by other teams from the northern side. They are in trouble.
Meanwhile, Gen.G, again, the Korean team's just relentless against Forest. I feel so bad for them. But wait a second. Master, though, has been amazing for this team.
Master of Disaster takes down 2 as DT tries to wrap around, but he is completely off the ankle here. Kicks that also, finding 2 from Petrichor. Can we? What is up? I know it's game 6 and all, but can we please calm down for a moment here? Dplus, they know they have Soul off angle. They know they have 2 knocks on the other side. Make that 3. This is not a Soniqs and Danawa start that they were hoping for as more kills come through, and I don't want to have to show. They just got a team knock. Oh my God, Soul's gonna clean this up because of it. Zenith accidentally knocks Americano as they're flushing people, and now Soul's gonna peek from the other side. Everything was looking so good, but thankfully for what was going a little too wild there for Dplus Kia, TYLOO comes in and says, guys, calm down. Calm down.
I don't dare I say, a little bit of a mistake there. Danawa getting a little overzealous. I mean, we saw something similar to this in game 1, right, on Miramar, where they had a good position in cruise, and they ended up pushing out to try to get these kills. They wanted to get this aggressive here to try to get rid of Dplus Kia, but that crash was just ruined initially by that grenade, which stalled it all.
Full reset comes through on the
it.
other side, and just like that, once again, I mean, Daytrade just not set up together, very disjointed, and there's just no way you can expect them to be able to defend against all the angles that Soniqs are getting on them.
Yeah, which is a stark difference with what we saw from the last game.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Now, Soniqs now trying to take advantage of this. They did have the knock and flush onto Flash, so it's now just Norns and Puchus, as that Flash is going to land right in front of his face. And Mime going to be able to... Oh, wait a second.
Giving it to Tickleton. More people have him on the previous team, so yeah.
Sorry about that, Tick. I didn't mean to steal that from you.
Oh, you're the fragger. So yeah, I'm just the support. I'm sorry. I'll back off. I'll back off.
That's how it worked.
Yeah, exactly. For now, smokes is what they have for cover. They're not inside the circle yet. And here we go. Two very similar logos and color patterns, but not similar in the skill they've been putting out here today. Luminosity trying to fend off, trying to defense flood. Went down before, but Raylo able to get the knock on through. Should be able to get it back on his feet.
Haven't seen a scar in a long time. I promise you, Rolo didn't choose that. He's gonna, at the very least, take care of that member of Petrichor, and they do have a little bit of a reprieve there, but this push now coming in from Twisted against Gen.G, it's just gonna be up to DG to try to get EJ up, and I like the fact that he's sticking it. They're in the smokes, why not? But Spaceman finding Lou from distance.
Lou went for the rest of Batulins, but got caught mid-smoke by shots from up above. Some lucky ones coming through smoke there to take him out. And now, Gen.G saying, thank you for the help, we'll take it from here. 0 kills so far. Gen.G lost 2 very early on in this game. We'll see if they can get something going. Blue Zone nade should be the death of Lou. We'll see if that nade gets something with it. Indeed it does. Spiro down as well. Now it's just Perfectix left alive.
And in a very difficult situation there. Getting Spyro up is going to be hard. The smoke might help here, but...
We saw Soniqs get taken out by 3 different teams, so they clearly got themselves in trouble. Down towards that southwest, we saw a lot of teams in that area as they're trying to maneuver forward, get shots on, and all of them connected. And here comes eArena, full speed forward. As I say that, there's only 2 people here, but Midi does manage to find EJ. Second one goes through as the flush comes in. Fights happening on all fronts now as these edges start burning.
Oh, here's a little grenade, tossing that right into the door. Blue Zone grenade on the other side of this. I love this proactivity, though. The wherewithal for them to see that this is the play to take this compound. It's being fought over between Gen.G as well as Twisted Minds. This is what they needed in the last game.
Also, where have eArena been all day long? Welcome, boys. Welcome to this one. Only 2 kills, but a nice proactive, aggressive play. Something we want to see. Some of these teams that might not be expected too much from, make those active plays. Play with the comfort. Play with the confidence that you can go out and win fights. Lovely pull-up by EA.
Speaking of confidence, we actually are starting to see DD Team take the fight to TYLOO there just to the south. DDT was focused on this, trying to get rid of them as Dplus Kia now is starting to push out. And again, don't you dare push that team. Now as we see Dplus Kia trying to make that push over towards NaVi. But again, NaVi is just so aware of this, and the knock coming out from Example. A beautiful spray. The trade from Americano, though, onto Example as Alia now trying to get some utility out. And they're being shot now from a distance from Forest.
Always backstabs coming through, and Monto able to get this one down. Example. Yet again, NaVi just cannot find their way to the late game with all 4 people up. Even when circles go in their favor, there's always a stab coming through from behind.
And they still have so much control off that circle shift there. You see Duck Juice in that the double 2 stories there as they're going to now start to push out. All you're going to find the knock onto Munto, and they desperately need to get rid of Forrest. As now here comes Americano. And he's going to find the knock on Alia as well. And NaVi now getting sandwiched to death.
Mortars are raining on in as well. That's what you get when you claim terrain. That's what you get when you make space for yourself. Look at the mortars flying on forward. Not hitting a whole lot, but sure as hell causing chaos and commotion between these players. We have 7... No, me too. That's a bad click. We have 17 players alive. Only Expendables are inside the circle.
And Expendables are about to start spreading out. As you see, 2 members there. It's going to be Tan Vu as well as Duck Juice. But there's nothing to kill. Everyone is taking care of each other.
Entire circle. Now the solos will fight for 3rd, but in the end it's most likely, or should at least, be a Expendables versus a question mark finish here in this one. Hurricano sprays on through. Out of bullets he is as he swings on over to the Mini 987. Make that nice headshot comes through, finds Melman. And now I think he's realizing as well that it's Probably me versus the world. And now Question Mark is running right into the open arms of Expendables. They're tracing this entire journey into the compound. Out they go. The good thing for Question Mark is the entirety of Expendables have left the compound. But here comes the nades. Here comes the push from the team from APAC.
TAEGO getting in a beautiful spray transfer. And this team is just continuing to dominate the field.
They come off of the first ERANGEL of today, 12-kill win. Now they're looking at finding a 9-kill one if they can get Americano here, which you can only imagine that Delvin with the FAMAS in hand should be able to do.
Americano, I don't know if he's looking at him. Oh, he's just shooting him in the back, and
It's GG.
that's going to be GG. What a performance yet again. Wave that flag with pride because the Expendables have been absolutely unstoppable here in day 2.